Hello, this is Adrienne, Capricorntigress of Astrology, A Look Inside. I'm coming to do the reading for the sign of Cancer, and we're going to do Cancer and Leo, and then we're going to be done, okay, for Virgo season, because we're in Virgo season. So I've been talking a little bit to the signs about the what's going on astrologically with the sign of Cancer. I guess this is happening in the third house for Cancer, and that's communication. That's about talking, communicating, writing, telephone calls, speaking to people. I have a feeling, especially when it comes to like speaking with like family and neighbors and people in your community, all about things going on in your community, things going on in your family, like with your sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles and cousins and nieces and nephews and stuff like that. But a lot of things doing, I think, with your community and with your neighborhood, maybe things like, you know, I think things locally maybe might have more emphasis. I would also be really pay attention around your car. You might want to wash your car, clean your car around this time, but I would also make sure that you protect your car, you know, like make sure your alarm is working well and your doors and everything, the locks are good, and, you know, stuff like that. I just feel like this is a good time to do that. Virgo is very meticulous, you know what I mean? They really are. That's one of the things Virgos are known for, is being very meticulous to details. So I want you to make sure you spend particular close to detail or attention to detail when it comes to your communication with other people. Because sometimes it's the stuff we're not saying, or it's the stuff we forgot to say, or we said it wrong, it came out wrong, it's not what you meant, you know what I mean? But it once it's said, then it creates this whatever, because you said it, right? And you didn't mean it that way, but it might come out in a way that creates a problem for you. So I want you to be careful of that, because sometimes that's the last thing we're thinking, and because it came out a certain way, it could create a havoc, or, you know, and it's not what we meant. We didn't mean that. So make sure you're clear about what you mean. Okay. For one moment. So let's tell Cancer what's going on with the cards. I pulled out these cards for you, Cancer, and the first card you got was Six of Cups. I feel like some Cancers are reminiscing. You're remembering back to an earlier time, a happier time, a better time. Hopefully you're not remembering back to like past wounds and past hurts and past fights. But hopefully what you're doing is maybe reminiscing or remembering back to, you know, what some people would call the good old days, right? For some Cancers, that's what they're doing, is they're looking back on those times. You might be thinking back about the money. It definitely looks like, when I put these two cards together, like you're thinking about, you know, when money was easier. You might be thinking about ways to make more money, or, you know, or when making money was easier to make than it is, or felt more or easier. You got the Two of Wands right after, and it does still give me that same vibe. Like all these three cards together are giving me the same vibe. Like you're really just trying to get into this place. Like you're wishing that you had something. Like you're wishing that you could live a certain place, or live a certain way, or go a certain place, or do a certain thing, or be a certain thing, or have a certain thing that you don't have now. And maybe you think it's all about the money. You're remembering when you had the money, or wishing you had more money. Whatever it is, I feel like you have to get into your center. You know, this is being in balance. I feel like when you get yourself into like your equilibrium, it's going to be hard to knock you off of your pedestal, if you will. look how she's balanced on those 7 wands, right? In her own bubble, in her own place, doing her own thing. And I feel like for some Cancers, that's what it is. You've got to get to that place where nothing touches you. You're completely insulated because you're above it all. You're literally above it all. And when you get to that place, you'll know. There's the 8 of Pentacles. I think some Cancers are thinking about money. I think you're thinking about your career. Maybe how to make more money in your career. Maybe thinking about ending your career. Maybe trying to find something new. Maybe looking for new work, new jobs, new career. Whatever it is, you got the Ace of Cups. That's your ace. Cancer, I feel like, especially if you go out looking for work, I think you're going to get it. I think if you want, say, a higher pay or something like that, I'm thinking you might be able to do that. And here's the 7 of Cups right after the Ace of Cups, telling me that you've got choices. You've got many choices. You're not limited. I feel like if you are someone who felt like you were limited, whether it's with your job or whatever, you're not limited. I do think you've been sad, and I do think you've been worried. I don't know if you're worried over money, if you're worried over your job, if you're worried over, say, a relationship. I just know that there's been worried. I think it's over a relationship. But I see it ending at the relationship. This is the 2 of Cups. This is the relationship card. So I feel like whatever you've been going through, I believe that this relationship is really important. I think with the Ace of Cups coming out, that tells me that you can get emotional fulfillment in this relationship. I'm almost positive of it. Yeah. So you did have a couple of doubles in this reading. You had 2 2s and 2 7s. And I'm going to tell you what that means. Because the funny thing is, in this reading, you had more doubles than you did major arcana or face cards. And I it's weird when I see that. So it tells me that these messages are, strangely, I think, the main messages. So we're going to see. Let's look at the 2s first. The 2 2s. I'll tell you what that is. Give me 1 second. So you will have partners in crime in different areas of your life. There may be infidelity in your romantic relationship. Or you might be trying too hard to please somebody in your romantic relationship. If you're single, you might be playing the field for a while, and you might be involved in a significant business partnership or faced with forming a new one. So that's what that means. 2 7s, I already know, is that you're protected. It tells me that you're protected by God, the angels, your archangels, your ancestors. I mean, you're protected. No doubt about it, you're protected. And you need to know that. Maybe you need to know that you're protected even when it comes to the money, because here it is with the Knight of Pentacles trying to find this money, walking off trying to get to this money. But you've got the Ace of Cups in this reading. I feel like you are going to get your emotional fulfillment. This is your ace. So no matter what is going on, even though it might feel like, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? How are we going to fix it? You're going to be able to do that. You've only got 1 major arcana. The Death and Rebirth card. Now, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. I don't know. You could be dealing with issues about death and rebirth. You might be asked to have faith about death and rebirth. Or it could just be that because of this Ace of Cups, this luck that I feel like you've got coming. I mean, maybe you have a sudden rebirth, a chance, a new opportunity, a chance to try again. It's like you're being reborn, right? I feel like that opportunity, because you only had this. This is the only major arcana that came out. Is this death and rebirth? So I feel like that was a major message for Cancer about things may be ending, but then the opportunity to start again. And on the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. And maybe doing it in a creative way, because this is the most creative card other than the Empress card. A very creative card. Okay, and it's about you using your creativity. So maybe you're going to use your creativity to find a way to start again, to have this new beginning, this rebirth. Hopefully nothing is ending that you don't want to end, and hopefully you get something to rebuild and grow that you want to rebuild and grow, that you want to have a rebirth. Okay, that is, especially if it has to do with relationship, because you got the Two of Cups, which is the relationship card. I want you to stop worrying, because I have a feeling you've been really worried over this, and just reminiscing and thinking back to times when there were no problems, you know. And let's hope that you can get to a place again where you don't have to worry about problems like you didn't, you know, before. So let's hope that or at least the problems are limited, you know. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, and I feel like some Cancers might have been going through something that has just felt a little overwhelming for them. So much love to you, Cancer. Much love to you. If you're a Cancer, let me know in the comments if you're a Cancer. Let me know if this resonated with you, any of this message, and you know, much love to you. If you like the video, make sure you share the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, you know, all of that. All right, much love, blessings, Cancer, blessings. So let's start to the sign of the sign of Leo. As I talk to you, Leo, I'm actually pulling your cards already, because we're gonna go to cards. But before I go into the cards, I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about the new moon we just had. And don't forget, we're going to have a second new moon in Virgo too. And so I really feel like I wanted to make sure I did a Virgo season card pull, because I have a feeling that the Virgo season is a major time for everybody, because we've got these, you know, that we had the black moon, we've got this second new moon, and I just feel like it's a major message for everybody. So yeah, you know, for you, Leo, this is all happening in your second house, and the second house is the house of money. But it's our possessions, like what we own. It's literally like the money in the bank that we have to maybe go and buy things that we want. A lot of times when there's a lot of emphasis in the second house, people go on shopping sprees and they buy things they don't really need. Then when it's over, they have to take it back because they used up all the money or something like that. So I want you to be cautious of that, Leo. You might be doing that, like buying new things for the house when you just bought a sofa just 6 months ago. You don't need that new sofa right now. You know that. But there's just certain things that happen usually during, you know, the transit. Now, the second house is also what we have to give as an individual. And you might be looking at your worth. You know, what am I worth? What's my value? What do I bring to the table? Some of you might get more money. It might be something you've done. And if it is something that you've done, it might give you a feeling that you have more worth. You have more value because something you've done or created was able to generate, say, an income or more money for you. And that is a beautiful feeling. A beautiful feeling. But I do sense that over the next few weeks that there will be a lot of emphasis on making things feel comfortable and beautiful and I don't want to say lavish, but definitely comfortable, and especially food. I think just that people are going to be concerned about issues like food. But I think some Leos in particular might have some issues with that. So if this is something, especially if you've got any kind of food insecurity, I want you to, start looking at options of making sure you've got food and stuff for you and your family to get through the next month. Okay. Yeah, your first card was the Hangman. And, this is just saying, get yourself in balance. I mean, it looks like she's doing an acrobatic trick, but she's balanced. And I feel like for you, Leo, you need to get yourself in balance. Some Leos are out of balance. I mean, your finances might be out of balance because you're out of balance, right? If you're not in balance, your finances might not be in balance either. And look, another balance card. This is the Seven of Wands. She's literally balancing herself on 7 wands. And she's in like this cocoon, this bubble. She's completely balanced. Both of these are cards of balance. It's weird that you got them both back to back like that. And it just tells me that, this is not a mistake. This is about you balancing things. Maybe it's about you balancing your budget. Oh, Lord. Balancing that budget. That could be hard for some Leos. With the emphasis in the second house, that could be what's hard to balance is your budget. But it could just be that you just need to get yourself in balance. And I think once you're in balance, other things will go into balance. The Justice card came out sideways, which I think, does that mean that things are not in balance? Here's another balance card. And it came out like that. So it makes me wonder, but the fact that you've got 3 balance cards, basically, back to back to back, this is a message about balance. I think it might be about your bank account balance, but it could be about relationship balance, equality in relationships, fairness in relationships, fairness with, with other people. The fact that the next card was the give to get card, that's like a balance. That's a reciprocity. That's giving and getting. That you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Maybe you don't have that. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I give to you, you give to me. We're a partner. Maybe you don't have anything like that. Maybe that's what's out of balance. But here's the Emperor. I feel like with this, it tells me perhaps a decision is about to be made. I don't know if anyone realizes this decision is about to be made, but maybe it's just time to make the decision because things have been out of balance. Yeah, look, the Death and Rebirth card next. This is things ending and getting a new beginning. Maybe it needs the new beginning. I think it's going to come at the end of a conversation, Page of Wands. This is communication, but this is also very creative. I feel like whatever this is, you'll be very creative in doing this. This could be writing a letter, a creative text, something creative. But I do sense that. And then we had the Queen of Cups. Now, this is emotional. This could be you being emotional. This could be an emotional woman that you have to deal with. This could just be the emotions in general. But it is a lot of emotion that is showing up here. And the Seven of Pentacles. I still think it's about money and balance with the money. I still think it's about balancing the money. Now, just, the thought, my theory, we also got the Lover's card. It could be about balance in a relationship. You having to make a decision about something in a relationship. But I still think it's about money. I don't know why. I just do. I think this is all about money. I feel like whatever it is, too, you got 2 sevens. That tells me you're protected. Like, you're protected. God, the angels, your guardian angels, the archangels, your ancestors, all of them. Everybody's protecting you. You're protected. Whatever this is, whatever you've been through, you're protected. You're protected maybe because of something, Maybe they're protecting your money. Whatever it is, you got a couple of major arcana. You got 5 major arcana. We got the Hangman, the Justice, the Emperor, the Death and Rebirth card, and the Lovers. The Hangman tells me that you need balance, right? You need to be in in a place of balance and have your equilibrium. In order to have anything happen right, in order to reap this harvest that wants to come in order to get your justice, in order to win, right, to be on top of things, in order to make the decision to be the leader, the emperor, in order to make that executive decision and make it with knowledge, you have to be in a centered place to make that decision with knowledge. Otherwise, it could lead to death and rebirth. It could lead to the end of something. It could just be that you're dealing with Scorpio, but I feel like you need to be in a good centered place to make the right decision, to get the right outcome that you want, justice. A decision is the emperor. But this decision, this death and rebirth could be of love affair. It could be with a relationship because it ended on the Lover's card. You might need to get yourself in balance and pray and get ready for whatever decision has to come do with this romance. And on the bottom of the deck was the Ace of Cups. This is about you getting your emotional fulfillment. It is possible it's about romance, and that it's about finding balance in your relationship with another person. But it could just be about you getting in a place where you find balance and emotional stability within yourself, and emotionally stable, emotionally happy, emotionally giving. An emotionally good, solid, stable place. And when you're in that place. That is such a good vibe when, you can get into this place of being emotionally secure and emotionally stable and not having any fear or worry, especially when you're in a relationship. There's nothing better than when you can relax in your relationship and like, I'm safe here. Like, that's a great feeling. And so maybe that's what you're looking for. Maybe that's what that hangman, that balance is about. Getting to that place of like, where you can just breathe. Anyway, I hope you get your Ace of Cups, Leo. I hope you get to your Ace of Cups. I really do, especially in relationships. Hope you get that. And if you're a Leo, let me know in the comments that you're a Leo. Let me know if this resonated with you at all. Let me know, your story and who you are, if you like this or not. Definitely, give me a like if you like what you heard. Share the video if you can, and subscribe to the channel so you know whenever I'm going live. But I want to thank you personally for being here and for listening in all the way to the end and for getting this message. And may it help you to prepare for the rest of Virgo season. Okay? Much love to you, Leo. Much love. And much love to anybody who has been watching this video. Much love to you. Thank you so much for your support. Many blessings to you. And happy Virgo season. Bye, guys. Bye.